y'all doing?
I'm same.
Yeah.
So, this is our what I'm calling our like artist spotlight show, and it's basically just I bring you guys on and talk with you. See how you guys have been doing in quarantine, see what you guys have been working on, see what you guys have been obsessed with. I've been in and out of drawing different weird styles and everything, and I need to talk to some people.
For sure.
So what do you guys got going on? What's been happening?
You first, Avi.
No, you first, Cody.
No, I said you first, you first.
Well,
Basically we've just been fighting a lot.
Yeah.
Just like on and off Facebook.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Like, what's going on?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, I'll tell you. A whole lot of nothing, as can't really do a whole lot.
As per COVID
considering
procedure.
everything going on. Yeah. Part of the course. Trying not to get sick. That's the big
Or the mask.
that's the big go-to for me, yeah.
Okay. What about you,
All
Cody?
right, I guess I should have gone first.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A whole lot of less than usual. Not absolutely nothing. But yeah, just occupying my time with Dungeons and Dragons. Been playing a lot of that. Got 2 bi-weekly sessions going
Nerd.
with Avi.
Oh.
With Avi.
Why'd you out me like that, man?
Yeah, we take turns DMing. That's been fun. Also been replaying a lot of video games because I don't like new things. Rewatching shows. Yeah, just been keeping to myself. Trying to exercise more, and by more I mean like I exercised like 3 times last week.
Cody, show him your shoes.
My shoes. I also got. You know what? I'm not gonna bust out the new shoes. If you want to see the shoes, you'll have to look at the Secret Hideout Show's Facebook page. I will send a picture of the shoes, and you guys can go check them out.
Are they
Legit.
Special? Are they special
They
shoes?
they are the worst shoes I have ever seen. They're just a fucking nightmare. And I saw them for $30, and I'm like, that needs to be on my feet now. So yeah, also bought some new shoes.
So you guys have both got some new songs coming out soon, yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do either you want to talk about that?
Yeah,
You go
yeah,
first,
I guess
Cody.
we can. Yeah, I'll go first this time. Yeah, I guess we can talk about that. Yeah, I have been working on a new song with the LOAM boys. We've been working on it for my first draft of the lyrics was actually over a year old. I'm notorious for working on songs for a really, really long time, and then either never putting them out or putting them out way too late. But yeah, we finally got this done. It's set to come out October 27th. It's called ALBATROSS. It's I'm very, very excited for it.
This will be out on Friday. I think it's the 23rd, 24th.
Should be out next
23rd.
This upcoming Tuesday.
No, I mean this episode will be out this
episode?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before this.
Cool. Yeah, definitely pre-save Albatross at the links below, or wherever you can find links in these kinds of interviews.
You can find the links in the article, the most recent Legend Has It, as well as any of the posts that come out with this. I've been putting the pre-save links in.
Mm-hmm. And I'll also send it to you personally if you want me to. I will do that for you. Yeah.
Yes,
what about your song, Avi?
I do have a song coming out. It's a collaborative effort with myself and Runaway Droid, who is from Norway, I believe. I really hope that's correct, because I hate being wrong. But as forementioned, I don't know if that's part of this episode, but with this synthwave community group on Facebook, a lot of different producers and artists can get connected with each other. So people like drop a track and say like, hey, I would like to work with somebody on that. And I saw him drop this track, and I checked it out, and I really liked it, and he thought my style would go well with that. So we just started kind of working on it together, and a lot of back and forth sending of vocal concepts onto like this already like established, masterpiece that this dude wrote. And we thought it was both really cool for both of us because it's very outside of our own realms collectively together in this new realm together, being cool and weird, I guess.
Well, and you've got such a unique vocal style. I remember all the way back, even in like when you were in, what was it, like Sovereign Seas. I remember the first time I heard it, like my brain wasn't used to the way the music was written versus the way the vocal parts ran over the top of it, and I hated it.
I hated it. No,
but then like I listened to it more and more and more, and I was like, okay, my brain got used to it. I started listening to like I Am Abomination, stuff like that, where it had that long flowing vocal chorus, and I was like,
oh yeah,
okay, there we go. Like now I get it.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
So how long before we get God Samaritan on like a synthwave track? I think that would be cool as hell.
When we've discussed this a couple of times, and we've even gotten to the part where we started working on songs, but it really just comes down to one of us finishing a part of a song so the other person will feel obligated to finish the other part of the song. It's both of us just having like the starts of concepts and then like looking at each other just like, I'm gonna procrastinate this if you procrastinate this, and then we both procrastinate on it.
To be fair, on my part at least, I sent you a thing. I was like, I want you on this because every time I hear this, I think of you in the most homosexual way possible. And I sent you it, and you're like, let me dive in on this for a minute, and then you never dove back out.
He never came up for air.
Never came.
Swallowed him whole.
He's talking about this whole thing about procrastination, and I don't know. I think that's just Cody.
You know what? I may have been trying to lump you in with it.
Yeah,
I thought you had like okay, so I thought you were like working on a verse and I was working on the chorus, and I never finished the chorus and I never heard a verse.
And I was just waiting for you to send me what you had back so I can start working on
total
the
miscommunication altogether.
All right, now we figured it out. Now I'm definitely going to do this chorus because that's how that works, right? I'm an artist, so I do art and I finish things.
So what you guys are saying here is that I should start bringing on two people I want to collaborate every week and be like, what's fucking wrong here? Why haven't you guys done this? Like,
so essentially, Sean is now our therapist. All it needed to happen was to communicate. Why
ask the right questions, you know?
Yeah,
and I can do so from a nosy ass fan perspective, and it makes me feel great.
Yeah, no, the half of the chorus I have, fucking gold. I just never got around to writing the other half of the chorus.
I believe it's gold. I just haven't heard any.
Yes, you have. I said it to you. Remember when you were like, just let me hear the... Yeah, aha, got him.
You got me.
Yep.
You did get me. Yep. Okay.
Next therapy session.
Look how the tables have turned.
Yeah, we, as you can tell, we are both very professional.
Yes. I have, like, almost debilitating memory loss all the time, and Cody has debilitating motivation issues, so we're a great tandem.
So you guys need like a cat corraler, like just like get in the room, like everybody come here.
Or we just need to find the cure to depression, because a lack of motivation and memory loss are both key symptoms of that.
I'm happy as fuck, dude.
No, you're brooding in a dark room. We can see it, buddy.
I got Jamie's candle lit behind me. Honey Blood Candle Co.
Nice.
I hear candles are a good way to fight your depression. Maybe everyone that watches this should buy some of Jamie's candles if they're feeling sad.
They've definitely helped me.
They have definitely helped me too.
I know that it could be too that the beeswax, when it glows, imitates sunlight and gives you that dopamine.
Oh.
And it also cleans the air, so you're probably breathing better air.
I need to do that.
Yeah, that is all facts about beeswax.
You know what I'm glad about that I'm not sure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that it doesn't seem like metal has made its way to synthwave yet.
So
if you don't count like the 2010s.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because there's been a lot of metal musicians that have just completely dropped doing metal and have moved over to synthwave, or like a lot of acts kind of like Dance with the Dead, they still incorporate a lot of their metal-ish sound into what they're doing. But yeah, it's a very subtle like nod and wink when it comes to metal in synthwave, and you're starting to see more and more of it. People from the metal scene coming in and metalifying.
I'm gonna have to look it up and see how I feel about it, because there's a certain vibe that goes with it. I don't know that it could be matched.
Yeah.
What about you, Cody?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, I know with your project, it's fairly unique in the vibe that it brings and the just the feeling that comes with it. Is there a lot of other artists that have that sort of effect? Like, I haven't seen a whole lot of other like gloom rap artists besides like maybe Sadistic.
Yeah, I got 2 words for you, buddy. Hell no. It's just me out here. I got really unique vibes. But really, it is a pretty unique thing that I bring to the table. Like you said, Sadistic is a big influence on me. He's about the closest.
He's not anything like you.
Yeah. Like I draw a lot of influences from a lot of different places, so I don't end up just being like a clone of somebody. And it has led to a very unique skill set, which is a positive and a negative. Because when I first came into the music scene, no one wanted to play shows with me because I didn't sound like anybody, and they're like, this doesn't fit on my bill. And so it's a really unique thing. I like to be as original as possible, and it is a little bit difficult to find good fits for like collabs, because like Avi is like one of the few people I could really see myself like collabing with.
It's a similar vibe.
Well. Yeah. They've got to have their own unique vibes, because I don't like it's not that I can't fit on a track. It's just to be on a
settle
song,
for anything less than excellence.
Yeah, it's got to bring something unique to the table, and like that's not to sound pretentious. Like, it totally sounds pretentious. But
I constantly strive to sound pretentious. I was that close to just pouring myself a glass of really shitty red wine and be sipping it the whole time, but I didn't.
I mean, that's how I was trying to kind of write the character on the Legend Has It thing. Honestly, it was like I wanted that like standoffish, like that's how I did. The whole just like being shoved into the snow and like, oh, what are you doing there? Why? Like, my bad.
You nailed it.
Yeah, that's why.
Absolutely.
And then
But kind of going back to when Cody and I will inevitably collab, I think we've definitely talked about it a lot, and I agree. When looking at people to feature or work with, you always want to try to find people that have something unique about them, so they do stand out on the track. So it's not just here's some bread and butter on this track that you're trying to make watermelon ice cream.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely got to be that same flavor profile. Well, that's why I think it would be cool to like mix like Western leads into synthwave, because it's got that weird, almost like Hollywood noir feel, but it's more dramatic.
Yeah, absolutely. The noir aspect is definitely something obviously that I love, and I feel like we have that mutual kinship there with noirisms, and that's something I want to start exploring a little bit more with thematically on the upcoming tunes, along with just dive into with like dark synth and your more summertime 80s bop synth, because I feel like the contrast of lyrically everything kind of in a darker place with shiny glossy stuff you'd hear in a mall is kind of is funny and ironic to me.
I love it. That's why I love like the Cures, because they all write in like a major key, but then they sing really sad shit.
Absolutely.
I think that's what draws a lot of teenagers to pop punk too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so happy sounding, but it's
it captures my angst whilst I can dance to it.
So besides your guys' current genres, what are some influences you guys have?
Would you like to tackle that first, Avi?
Oh, sure. If we're discussing influences, the first album I ever bought not with my own money, but via a catalog that we would receive in the mid to late 90s. I don't know if any of you, Sean, do you remember that? Do you remember?
Yep, I got my Britney Spears record from that one.
I was about to say, it was real close. It was a toss-up between Britney Spears and NSYNC, and I went NSYNC. Them boys were just cuties, and their bops were fire. So
Always.
That was where I naturally gravitated to. And then the first album I bought with my own money was AFI Sing the Sorrow when I was 10 or 11. So that explains everything about me in a nutshell.
Mine was a POD record. That first one with Alive on it.
Alive, okay.
Yeah, it's got that's got that song on it too, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. I remember that.
Satellite, it's called.
Satellite, yeah. I was living in California as a kid, and all my hood cholo friends also really love that.
Hey, how can you not like POD? They're just vibe music, you know?
Exactly. Them and Korn, for some reason, we all jammed way too much for being like 8 years old on our bikes and skateboards.
I won't even get into the Korn obsession I had. Years and years and years. It was bad. Buddy. I got made fun of a lot for it. They called me Cornbread through high school, actually.
Oh, I love that. That's a great nickname for Cornbread. Love that for you.
Yeah, and then Jesus, my whole senior year, because my hair was down to my waist, and I was nice to everybody.
Fair enough.
Just like Jesus.
Just like him.
Just like him, except for, like, I'm like the Mormon Jesus with the blonde hair and the blue eyes.
Oh, you mean the Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. America Jesus.
America Jesus. Damn right. What about you, Cody?
You said specifically outside of my genre, right?
Yeah, I mean, whatever is influential to you. It could be within, could be without.
Okay. Yeah. I was growing up. Like I was raised around like country music and Christian music. So like I didn't really like music all that much. Like until I discovered hip hop, and then I very quickly got into like 90s rap, like Tupac and Nas, Jay-Z, Mobb Deep, that kind of stuff. So that's really where that was really my musical genesis. Was I was 12, 13 years old. I just really, really wanted to be a gangster, and it didn't quite turn out that way. But I did grow to, you know, love rap in all of its forms. And I expanded from there and sort of outside of the genre, like Manchester Orchestra, Lord. I started expanding to, you know, the pop and the rock. And I've always found a lot of interest in music that does like songs that don't sound the same as the songs you started with. Like Manchester, they really good at swelling and like making music an experience.
Like the
Lord
River
does kind of the same. From Indian Lakes, Kanye West definitely huge influence on the production styles I like. So really, my influence has always been music that tells a story, and the production side, like it doesn't sound the same from beginning to end.
I like that. You can definitely too hear some of your earlier influences, and even in the way you sing some of your choruses, it's very soulful, and a lot of that does come through in like that Christian and country music.
Thank you.
Regardless of if you wanted to know that you absorbed that, no.
I definitely, especially on the countryside, because my dad, as you know, he's a country artist. So that, like, I was never in love with country music, but I did grow to respect it, and I love what my dad did. So subconsciously, I definitely have some country in me, as much as I hate to say it.
I still love what your dad's doing. I hope he puts out his album. Robert, if you're watching this,
he's good.
Watching you.
Yeah, you better fucking put it out, buddy. I'm tired of waiting.
No, it's funny that you mentioned Manchester Orchestra. The very first time I really heard of Manchester Orchestra was from John. He comes up to me one day, and you guys remember Absent Anchorage at all? The band? No? Well, they had this really sad, it was almost like a Manchester Orchestra meets like 90s, all just like that sadness that comes from it, that it just oozes out of everything. And they had this shirt that said, where are you? Or wait, what is it? What is that from? God, where have you been? God, where have you been? That's what it said. Where have you been on my shirt? And he goes, do you even know what that's a reference from? And I was like, no. And he goes, go look up Manchester Orchestra. Until then, don't talk to me. And I'm like, and so I learned to love Manchester Orchestra because, like you said, their songs are such a sweeping emotional climax that it's there's so much to go through from start to finish, especially on songs like The River or any of those songs. Like, just it's so huge.
It's fucking beautiful. I'm so in love. Like he is like the one person, like when I was learning how to sing, because I was a bit of a late bloomer. I didn't learn to sing till I was 20. He was the person that I strived to sound like. I didn't quite get there, but yeah, just his voice and just the genius of all of them put together. It was a huge influence on just how I approach making music.
I saw them with Jimmy Eat World in like 2015 or 2016, and it was just like one of the most beautiful shows I'd ever seen. Like, it just the production was so low level, but it was just like the sound and the few lights they had gave effect.
That sounds lovely.
So on that note, what are the most moving musical performances you guys have ever seen then? They don't have to be local, they can be national, just like any show you've seen that has moved you in a way that's not your typical rock band in a bar. Or maybe your typical rock band in a bar.
Definitely every single Sadistic show I've been to. He is by far my favorite artist of all time. And I've made it just about every single time he's come around. And yeah, just the way he performs on stage, very different from a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers use backing tracks and they're sort of just vibing with people on stage, and that's fine, but like he puts his all out there. He's just sweating up a storm. He's jumping into the crowd. He's he's just going all out, and you know, those songs, they really, really move me. And you know, seeing that happen in the moment, that one, like it moves me like then, and it shows me like that's the kind of like show I want to put on. So that yeah, his shows have definitely moved me and they've influenced me. And as far as locally goes, Danielle Dirac has made me cry every single fucking time I've seen her, and I've seen her a lot because just an incredible person and performer. Just I don't have words. Just I bawl like a baby every single time.
I cried the first time I saw her play too. It was really nice. It's like, what about you, sir?
Let's see.
Nothing moves me.
So I guess in a way, there's a couple that come to mind. So for different reasons, not that recently, but within the past like 5 years, got to see a band that I kind of grew up loving, and that's being the Killers. And I never got to see them when I was younger because for whatever reason, they just never really came around, and I missed them for whatever reason. And then finally getting to see them as an adult, a band that I like kind of my teen years just was in love with. So that was a weird sort of emotional, as like something I never thought I was going to get around to doing. And finally, here I was, and I love big theatrical productions more than anything, and they had one of the biggest set pieces that was just constantly changing, like a movie, like an old 40s Hollywood movie set. It was just like, okay, we're gonna move the props off, and then we're moving, bring in the light tower, bring in the or the water tower, bring in the the fake buildings and all this. And I was just blown away by how remarkable that their stage was, that they were able to do that on that level, and still and they're still doing that after all these years, and they're able to do that because they've accumulated so much in their long, amazing careers. And so that was really inspiring, and I just loved seeing that. And then counter to that, I can't say I've ever really cried during a show, and maybe that's just me as a person, not having a lot of emotions outside of people dying and stuff like that, and that's obviously very sad. But I did well up a little bit when I saw Beetlejuice the musical on Broadway. I don't think that counts, but there are some moments that are very touching that have to deal with dead parents, and I relate to that.
I think it counts. I cried at a Hallmark commercial the other day. Like, I used to think it was like a brag that I hadn't cried since I was 10, and then I hit 25, and it was like, yeah, you're gonna cry once a week now. Get used to it.
Yeah,
numbers up.
Yeah,
you gotta get those numbers up as a rookie.
Gotta get those. I knew there was something like kind of a little bit wrong when I do go through fits of just like, I don't really have a lot of emotion, and then there'll be like phases of like I'll be watching Full House and something where that someone says just makes me well up, and then I have to punch myself in the leg.
Punches you in the guts. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I? Stop that.
You're like, it's being ridiculous. Cut it out.
Yeah. Stop.
Like,
crying.
Puff it up. Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Dropout Kings.
Oh yeah.
The boys.
Yeah. Love those boys.
Love you, Adams, and all the other boys.
And Bill and Chucky and all of them.
Yeah. All them guys.
All right, so we're getting ready to wrap things up. You guys got any fun plans this weekend?
Yes. This weekend, I'm totally gonna have that chorus finished. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Writing
sesh.
It's about time.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully. I think I could do it. I think I could do it if I put my mind to it.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Shouldn't.
We believe in you.
We
like
are
4
Groot.
months. You shouldn't. It's been 4 months at least.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably won't work on anything musically. I'm just not in it right now. It's all shut down for me. And I'm also awaiting to see if I've been in contact with people that have COVID.
No.
So that's fun.
That's not good at all.
So that's my exciting weekend. So I probably won't be working.
Lots of fluids. Drink the water.
I drink a lot of water on a daily.
Good.
Big old jug of water.
Well, stay safe. Let us know if you guys need anything. I'm going to hopefully this weekend get you guys' episodes edited up for Did You Hear That with ETC on Monday.
Hey, Sean, you said if we need anything, call you, right?
Yeah.
Can you order me a pizza right now?
If I had any money.
Sean,
Shoot.
Can you pre-save Albatross?
I already did like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hey,
Awesome.
hey, Sean.
What's up?
I'm gonna say let's put that pizza on the back burner for a little bit, and then can you pre-save something blue featuring myself? Shit.
I got you guys.
All
Come
right.
on. You think I'm not obsessive enough? All
This
right.
isn't going very well.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a pre-save out of this.
I was hoping to get a pizza out of this.
Oh.
Well,
Cody.
A pizza.
Hey,
on
Cody.
that note,
Buddy.
make sure you guys check out the episodes of Did You Hear That on Monday. We're doing a double episode, one with Avi, one with Cody. Peace out, friends.
Stay sexy, don't get COVID.
Yes, and damn, I'm hoping he gets negative.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go light some candles. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Prayers up.
Save
you
will
guys.
protect me. Bye.
Pre-save his thing.